First News at 5 starts right now.
Eggs have long been a staple in the kitchen, but since the pandemic, it seems they've become a staple in the news as well. Headline after headline explaining what most had already noticed at the grocery store: high egg prices. The shoppers we spoke to say they tend to grab the cheapest eggs they can find.
What are you going for when you buy an egg?
The size of the eggs and the price.
Given the economy, I'm looking for what's cheapest.
However, major news organizations now report those prices are finally falling. But one source of confusion when it comes to eggs remains: their labels. Emmeline Ivy is here to explain the latest on what makes certain eggs more worthy of certain prices.
Yeah, that's right, Jody. So as our economy works to get back to pre-pandemic prosperity, consumers are opting for the cheapest possible options. Like you heard, that translates to egg choices too. But typically, the cheapest eggs are what's considered conventional. But labels on the typically pricier options could save you major coin when it comes to your health. I spoke with a nutrition expert to explain the difference between those conventional eggs, cage-free, pasture-raised, and organic. They're everywhere. Labels, tags, tickets. But what do they mean? Turns out the average consumer is at a loss. You see all the labels on these eggs. Do you know what they mean?
No.
What it means for me as a consumer, I don't know a lot about.
Marie Guy says choosing the right carton is a bit like walking on eggshells.
I understand, how it can relate to how chickens are treated, but it just isn't a whole lot of information other than cage-free.
The USDA has a few egg classifications you'll find on labels: cage-free, free-range, and organic. Those without labels are typically considered conventional. Natural Grocers nutritional health coach Brittany Hugelin cracks open the information.
Conventional eggs, typically chickens are forced to live in windowless, isolated, overcrowded facilities.
She says cage-free is defined by the USDA, but the chicken's conditions are unregulated. Not much of a step up, according to Hugelin.
The hens only need to be out of their cages during their laying cycle. So if they're not laying eggs, they don't need to be out of their cages. They can be put back into a cage.
Hugelin says free range is the best option, but not all free-range chickens have the same life quality, which can impact the eggs.
These hens must have access to outdoor space at least 51% of their lives. So not the entire lifespan of the chicken, but only 51% of their life.
Natural Grocers has implemented a ranking system to ensure the hens' eggs they sell are up to excellent standards: bronze, silver, and gold, depending on how much space the chicken has to roam. Hugelin says the better life the hen lives, the more nutrient-dense the egg.
These free-range eggs, there's more nutrient content, higher omega-3s, things like that.
Hugelin says if you cost cut by buying conventional eggs, you'll need to buy a larger quantity of whole foods to make up for the lack of nutrients. And Jody, you remember the shoppers from the top of the story who said that they would only reach for the cheapest possible eggs, right? So those shoppers actually said that they would consider changing the eggs that they buy if they had more information about the label. If you did know the difference, might that impact your buying habits?
Yeah, for sure. Like if I knew that if I ate an egg that was cage-free as opposed to eating an egg that was different, if it would have a better impact on my skin complexion or my energy levels.
Yeah, it should, and it most likely would, if I take the time to look into it.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture said last week, Wednesday, it hopes to weed out false or misleading animal welfare claims on meat and poultry packaging with new guidance and testing. However, nothing has been done about the lack of information on egg labels. Hugelin says area shoppers can get lower egg prices by signing up for Natural Grocers' N Power program. For more information, ask your cashier.